Welcome back to Man the Helm. Today I'm going to give you 5 different licks to help you navigate the fretboard much more gooder. First lick I have for you today is from the amazing Mr. Andy Wood. People that have been watching the channel and follow me on Instagram, wherever else, it's no secret that I'm a fan of Andy Wood. He's one of my favorite guitar players. This is one of the first lesson videos he actually put out, and what he does is he takes a minor pentatonic scale, takes the first 5 notes, and kind of just flows around with it. So let's break this lick down one piece at a time. There's 3 parts to this lick. So we're going to start off on the low E string on the 10th fret. We're going to go up 10 to 13, drop down to our A string. We're going to go 10, 12, 15. So that's the first group. It's a group of 5, and kind of get used to playing that, stretching out that finger just a little bit, especially that pinky. Kind of get used to that feeling of kind of having to stretch a little bit more than you're used to, most likely. Next part of that lick, we're going to play the exact same thing, just up on the octave. So we have the octave of that D, that root note that we started on, right here at the 12th fret on our D string. So we're going to go 12, 15, skip down to G, 12, 14, 17. That's the next part of the lick. The last part of this, we're going to do the same thing again, but we're just going to play it on that octave once again. So we're going to find that next octave of D up here on the 15th fret of our B string. So we're going to go 15, 18, go down to E, 15, 17, 20. So if we're ascending up that lick, it would sound something like this, slow. Now the coolest part about this lick is you can take this and you can take different variations and kind of flow with it in different ways. You can take that 5-note run and play it like we just did. You can do these alternating patterns where maybe we go point is once you start to build up some speed with this lick, it's a really cool octave run that you can utilize just those 5 notes and kind of get it under your fingers like that. Speaking of octave runs, the next one we have is based out of a major scale in G. So for this, we're going to start on the 3rd fret of our low E string. And we're going to go 3, 5, 7, drop down to your A string. We're going to do the same thing again, 3, 5, 7. Go to your D string, but this time we're going to start on the 5th fret. This is the octave of that G, that root note we started on. And we're going to go 5, 7, 9. Drop down to G, 5, 7, 9. Same thing as before. We're going to go to that B string, find the octave of that G, which will be on the 8th fret of your B string. We're going to go 8, 10, 12, drop down to E, 8, 10, 12. Now, to finish off this lick, where your pinky's at on that 12th fret, go ahead and slide that up to that next higher octave of G on the 15th on your high E. So whole lick all together. Start to get a little bit of speed with it. And with everything else that we do, whenever you learn something, try to learn it in the reverse order or the descending order as well. The next lick I have for you is in the exact same vein of what we were just in, because I like to take things we already know how to play and just add to them just a little bit. So for this, we're going to start once again in a G major scale, and we're going to start on the 3rd fret of our low E string. So we're going to go 3, 5, 7, drop down to your A string, 3, 5, 7. Drop down to your D string, 4, 5, 7. G string, 4, 5, 7. Drop down to B, 5, 7, 8. Drop down to E, 5, 7, 8. So that's the first part of this lick, just us sending up the G major scale. Once we hit that 8th fret on our high E string, we're going to kind of scoot our hand up just a little bit, and we're going to go, starting on the B string now, 7, 8, 10. Drop down to your high E, 7, 8, 10. Same thing, scoot that finger up just a little bit. This time we're going to start on the 8th fret of the B string. 8, 10, 12. Drop down to high E, 8, 10, 12. Now, everything up to this point, everything has been the exact same that we've played on the B and E string, those first three. These last two runs, they won't be. So just make sure you pay attention whenever you're kind of running up these, okay? So the last two, we're going to start on the 10th fret of our B string. We're going to go 10, 12, 13. On the E string, we're going to go 10, 12, 14. Next run up, we're going to start on the 12th fret of our B string. We're going to go 12, 13, 15. Drop down to E, 12, 14, 15. So that whole lick all together. Once you start to get a little bit of the memorization and the muscle memory of where those fingers need to go for that scale and that little run at the end, you can start to add a little bit of speed to it. Make sure we're alternate picking between these. And if you want to get a little fancy with it, you can also do that descending run. The next lick I have for you is based out of A minor pentatonic. Kind of similar to that first one that we did, where we're taking a specific group of notes and just kind of playing around with the octaves of those four notes. So for this, we're going to start on the 12th fret of our high E string. Pull off to 10, hit that 13th fret on your B string, and then pull off to 10. Now with this ring finger, slide down on this G string to 9, pull off to 7, 10 on your D string, pull off to 7. Same thing with that ring finger again. Go ahead and slide down to 7 on your A string, pull off to 5, 8 on your low E, and pull off to 5. End this off with an awesome whole step bend at the 15th fret on your high E. Whole lick together, slow. Pretty cool little lick. It's just an awesome little descending run you can throw at the end of a phrase or something like that. And the last lick I have for you is still based out of G major because I like to kind of, like I said, take something we already know and play it just a little bit differently than what we're used to. So for this, we're going to use a little bit of a legato technique. If you're not familiar with the legato technique, it's going to be minimal picking, a lot of hammer-ons, and a lot of pull-offs, okay? So we're going to start here at the 12th fret on our high E string. We're going to pick the 12th fret, pull off to 10, pull off to 8. Now our pinky is going to be the driving force here. We're going to slide our hand down and my pinky is going to lead off this next phrase. I'm going to have that pinky over my 8th fret. I'm going to pick, pull off to 7, then pull off to 5. Once again, pinky is the driving force right here. I'm going to go up to that 10th fret with my pinky, pick, pull off to 8, pull off to 7. Pinky is driving force once again, can't hammer that home enough. Go to your B string, pick 8, pull off to 7, pull off to 5. And to end this lick off, we're going to have 8 on our B string, followed by that octave on our D on the 5th fret. Whole lick all together slow. Try it a little faster. Super cool little legato run right there for you. So that's going to do it for today's lesson. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you got some value out of this. If you guys like this sort of content, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting down below, and we will check all of you on the next video.